how it was devastating the old folks. I didn't know how it was devastating them financially. I didn't know how it was devastating their lives to death. Say, oh Lord, forgive me. I did not know what I did. That's atonement. Asking forgiveness for your sins, suburbanites. You just heard that cut there, and let me go further with that. We could equate that to the drug epidemic in Ohio and all around the country that have swept through the suburbs like a plague. That has swept through the suburbs like a plague. And if I might just elaborate for just a moment, it is the fact that no matter how you look at it, that for over 20 years or so, the black community was swept like a plague with these drug epidemics that was ignored by the governments, the president, and all of those that said that that told black people that you need to just pull yourself up by your own bootstrap. You need to just say no. And if you don't, we'll lock you up and throw the key away. They say, we know how to stop you from being addicted. If you just can't say no, and if you just can't stop, we know the real reason, the real way to deal with you. We'll lock you up and we'll throw away the key. That was the attitude in the black community as far as suburbanites and others for years and years and years, and we were being locked up, and we were being and the key was being thrown away. It wasn't about no health issue. It was about y'all just greedy on drugs and can't do no better. Here's my point on that, and I will continue to say this as long as I'm on this station, or on any station, or if I'm just on the corner with my bullhorn. In order for the opioid epidemic to come to an end, or at least be lessened, the suburbanite community who condemned and castrated the black community with their drug problem for all those years and just devastated grandmama, children, mothers, fathers, and the suburbanites turned the other way. The only way, but now it's in all over. And they feel the pain that the black community has felt all this time. And now that they feel it, they want it to be a health issue. They want to pass legislation that say we're not going to lock you up. They want to give medication that say just do it. Even if you do drugs, just do it. And all of this. And I agree with all that. I don't want nobody to be destroyed. But the only way, and you can pass all the legislation and you can do all that, but the only way to be healed is you must atone. You must atone for your sins. Lord, have mercy. And how do you atone? You get on your knees, or however you pray. And pray to whoever you pray to and say, Dear Father, forgive me for my sins of the way I treated black people in the hood all these years. I didn't really know what they was going through with that drug addiction. I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know how it was devastating the children. I didn't know how it was devastating the old folks. I didn't know how it was devastating them financially. I didn't know how it was devastating their lives to death. Say, oh Lord, forgive me. I did not know what I did. That's atonement. Asking forgiveness for your sins, suburbanites. Once you do that, then you must figure out some way to compensate those that have been devastated all these years. And once you do that, there will be a healing of our land. The opioid epidemic will slowly go away, and we can all live as black men and white men, and black women and white women, and all nationalities can live together. Because we will have learned the lesson that I'm trying to bring to you right now. I'm not a preacher. Don't y'all listen. I'm preaching too much to you today. 216-578-14.